And hello. I haven't posted anything in a long time and I needed a map, so I figured I'd do a map with you guys. So, full backstory, I'm in, to include two new people in my group. And they're going to be level 1. So what I want to do is I want to include them in an adventure, a real quick one right off the bat, a little fight, in hopes to, kind of get them used to their characters. They're brand new to D&D, so they need some help. So I devised this mess. And what it's going to be is a kind of crazy goblin ambush. So what we have here is Wild Shape, where I'm going to design a pretty cool looking forest clearing / ambush point that should give some clues in the way it's designed. The trouble's a mess, but most likely, let's face it, the players are not going to pick up on it. So, to begin with, we got Wild Shape open. I got a map created, just standard small size map. What I want is I'm going to want a road. And what I'm going to do is just mark up where the road would be. Because I want is kind of a curve here, where they will be traveling on the road looking for a caravan that's been attacked, and I want them to stumble upon this clearing where they can see at the other side an overturned wagon, which should draw them into the clearing and cause them to get their asses kicked by my band of, I think, 7 goblins. It should be fun. It's a big group, so they can handle it. So start with, we're going to mark it up. So what I need here is some pretty heavy foliage, or at least some markings of it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to mark roughly where we want the forest to be. What I want is a small opening, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. Kind of a long clearing. And this is it's not permanent. This is just there to give me an idea of where I'm going to be putting my trees and what's going to happen. So now that we have kind of an outline of, what it is, let's mess with the terrain, get all that pretty, and we'll go from there. It's been a little while since I used Wild Shape, so I'm a little rusty. Been working on a different project that you guys will find out about soon enough. That's not right. Little tip, I don't know if you saw me do it, but you can use Alt. So the number up here is set to 3. If I hold Alt and I do it, it's going to cut. Excuse me. You can see it's doing a very, so if I put in like 8 or 5, it'll create a plateau. It's a nice way to do varied terrain heights that you want to have a flat area drop down to another area. I like to use it a lot. It's pretty much my go-to. But for now, we're just roughing up the terrain, making it look a little bit more believable so that, you know, it just looks good. Alright, so now we need some trees. Plants, trees, and this is a general forest, so we're gonna highlight several of these guys. They're really too big for what I'm trying to do, so I'm gonna scale them down some. We're just gonna go ahead and circle around this forest, or this clearing. And for reasons I'll explain, I need it very thick. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now the reason is, right in this area, here, there's a pinch point. What we're going to do is when they enter the clearing, it's going to drop logs down behind them. They're going to think that they simply got missed by the logs. What's really happening is those logs also have spikes sticking up. It's going to create like a difficult, well, one, it's going to be hard to get over, but also it's going to create a very dangerous area that you don't want to be pushed into, which would be the next step, which would be a giant tree swinging down that will attempt to knock the players into the spikes, and kind of a chaotic but totally cool encounters, trap slash way for the goblins to get advantage on take advantage of the players not paying attention. All right, so right here, that is where the spikes logs are going to drop. Then you're going to see anybody in this area here will have a swinging arm, or you know, like a trap tree log comes swinging down. It's gonna knock them. They'll take a DC check to see if they go flying into those spike logs and do some serious damage. It will also, anybody who saves against it, separate them some, so very good. So naturally there's going to be goblins hiding in this area and in this area. For review my notes or my doodles. Another couple of goblins here, a couple up here, bugbear behind here, and one wolf at the overturned cart. We should probably do the wagon now. I think I could probably cheat, just do a search for wagon. Yes, I can. So we can use this. Okay. To get a look at it. Just gonna scale it up a little. I need it bigger than that. Let me see if there's a different one. This busted up one. Let's go with that. I think that's going to work a little better. So we're going to take this, again, scale it up some. Nothing's ever truly realistic, right? but I also need this to be very visible from the, you know, the aerial view, because this will be used in Foundry. All right, let's get some barrels and crates and stuff. And we'll use random rotation here. That allows it to spin as it was supposed to. Oh, there it goes. Let's give it a couple barrels too for some. Alright, so we put some stuff on the ground. Let's go mess it up so that it looks a little bit more realistic, because right now it's fallen out of the card a little bit too perfectly. I don't know why that's still showing. Julian needs to fix it. I'll probably see this. Alright, so we'll just put that there. That one's kind of toppled over. This one obviously going to be all the way over. Probably should get out of the ground. Wanted this one to come up. This one is going to rotate some so that hopefully it looks kind of in uniform. Let's get some bottles too. We'll keep that as a found treasure form. All right, now we need to try and thicken up the woods here a little bit. I'm not sure my players will see this, but I'll know it's there. Over here too. Okay. So this would be the one trap. Swinging down. Pull, I don't know the term for that. So the players advance forward. That's when all the goblins jump out. Two of them are going to attempt to net, the ones that release the traps, net two of the PCs. There'll be a wolf tied to the cart. And a bugbear that's running the show. There's also a trying to think if I should do this or not. I think I probably can do some texture. So what I want is I want a pit trap too, right here in the middle. To go right about here. If anybody steps on that, it's just one more trap because goblins like to party. So I'm gonna do a texture. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. Yeah, no, not that one. We can keep it for now. There's a leaves thing here. That's not it. Oh, but I do like that though. Let's random it up here a little bit. Try to lighten that. All right, looks pretty good. And if you've watched my videos before, you know I love to do edge work on roads. It's my favorite thing. Mostly because it looks really good when you do it right. Let's see if I can do it right. Especially certain textures will react to the changes in elevations that we did earlier when we cut into it, which can be very nice. It's just good to have some sort of transition between the road and the grass. Sorry. Hard to do this. Hard to talk while you're trying to build a map. I'm running out of textures. Pretty good. The thing I wanted drag marks off, because the true story is the goblins. This is all a trap that was laid just to try and catch unsuspecting 2.8 travelers trying to help a damaged cart. So we're going to attempt to create some tracks here where it was drug. Do it again. And that should get it. Little details. A bit much. All right, and that should be my map. See if I forgot anything. No, looks pretty good. So yeah, like I said, the players will be in a tavern, called out to investigate what appears to be a waylaid cart. When they get here, they will no doubt find it, charge in to investigate, not realizing they're falling into a giant trap. Also in the story, the goblins reinforce the tree edge here with extra shrubs and stuff to make it impossible to get through in any reasonable amount of time. So it's really gonna bowl them in. So it should be fun. Should be good. And then aside from that, let's do. I like to blue up my light a little bit. Well, maybe I'm just the only one, but that should do it. They will approach from here. They will enter here, get attacked in this area. Somebody's gonna fall in that pit, and they're gonna have to fight a whole bunch of goblins. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.